Unable to get the ball in bounds. They get called for the 5-second violation. Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks very much. Briefly spoke with David Adelman. He said SGA has this special ability to lull a defender into a slower pace and then suddenly make a quick move that leaves everybody just standing there. Coach feels the attention has to be on him. He wants to force somebody else to beat them. Guys?
Thank you, David. Now, here's Jokic. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two. Well, Clark, we know Nikola Jokic has many interests outside of basketball, like training his horses.
I love that about him. When basketball season is over, he knows exactly what he wants to do and needs to do to take care of his body, but he's not going to be a slave to basketball year-round. He's got other interests, and he's going to indulge and engage in those. He's got other passions, which I love seeing, and horses apparently one of his other passions for sure.
When it's all said and done, Jokic, Greg, is going to be the Nuggets' career leader in many categories.
And he's already their franchise leader in rebounds, assists, triple-doubles, and playoff points, and many other advanced stats as well.
And he drops in the layup off the glass.
And good work inside. SGA will make more room for himself on the perimeter when he can be effective down low.
And it's Murray penetrating. And it's Murray with the jam.
And he just dangles from the bucket after sending that one through.
And you can see which team has the swagger right now.
Well, you know what? You don't want to do too much to get an opponent riled up. You got to be mindful of that.
It's stolen by Hartenstein. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. No good. That would have tied it. And it's Gordon with the finish.
You know, it's clear that Gordon is one of the best dunkers in the game, always looking to bring the thunder.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander, and he makes good on the layup.
Boy, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
And you know what? They're going to keep using him. I mean, he'll be the centerpiece of their offense today. You can bank on that.
Now, here's Porter. Nothing on the board. Here's Jokic, and Jokic slams it in.
You know, for all of his agility and craftiness, the slick moves, Jokic not afraid to go old school and just throw it down on you.
Took him no time at all on that one.
And that assist got him a little nod from his teammate after that one.
Here's Gordon, and then Gordon with the dunk.
And this is Gordon's sweet spot. An awesome dunker who loves getting in tight and wrecking the rim.
Here's Hartenstein. Outside Williams. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. No good on the triple. The Nuggets leading by 5. Back to Gordon. Over Williams. And it's Gordon missing. Here's Oklahoma City. Holmgren in the post. Rebound by the Nuggets.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
Brown kept alive. Thunder trailing by 5. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. Here's Dort. And a great assist by Gilgeous-Alexander as that one goes in.
And when you have Dort on your side, this is what he brings on the offensive end. Great off the catch and fire.
Murray for 3. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. 1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. Nuggets lead by 2. And we'll get going after this from Ball Arena. And it's been a pretty even game here after 1 quarter of play. And a look now at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Nuggets.
And right from the jump, they've been working hard to establish themselves inside, using agility and power to get shots in the paint.
Over to the wing. Holmgren can't hit.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
And now we've got some time to check in from the sidelines. What do you got for us, DA?
Kevin, thank you. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is an elite scorer. Coach Mark Daigneault said the sign of a good player is being a source of reliable offense. At the same time, he's learned to impact the game in other ways, and that's why he's a really good player. He's not just a hired gun scorer. Kevin?
Totally agree, DA. He is a franchise cornerstone type of guy. And we thank you for the report. To the middle, the kick out to Williams. Can't tie it up as that one's no good.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
Here we are sizing up GA. Jalen Williams, and his shooting has got to be his biggest strength.
Absolutely. He's great at spacing the floor for his teammates with his catch and shoot abilities, but he's equally gifted shooting off the dribble.
Now Porter, after the missed 3 from Chet Holmgren. Westbrook with it. Back to Porter. Here's Saric. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
Saric knows he has the touch needed to capitalize inside.
For 3, Holmgren. Here's Hartenstein. It's hauled in by Michael Porter. The kick out to Williams. And here is Gilgeous-Alexander. Here's Hartenstein. And again, no good by Oklahoma City. The Nuggets lead by 6. Porter in the corner. Back to Westbrook. Pass to Porter. The Nuggets moving the ball around. Now Watson. And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. And that one's good. Strother. Now here's Holmgren. Misses the 3.
He is single-handedly dropping the temperature in here with that cold streak.
And he's got to find other ways to contribute then, because his shot making is not happening right now.
That's his first personal foul.
Well, Michael Porter Jr. is one of the premier shooters in the NBA.
And that size that he brings to that sweet stroke makes it hard to get to a shot. 6'10", shoots it with confidence, shoots it with great fluidity. And, man, is he special. And he's worked through some injury trouble early in his career, and now he's one of the more lethal front court players in the league on the perimeter.
Greg, what a great time to be a fan of basketball. Not just in the NBA, but all over the world.
Absolutely, Kevin. The sport just continues to grow, and there's increased value being placed on all-around skill, even in youth basketball. And I think that bodes well for the future of the game.
And here's Gilgeous-Alexander outside. That's good for his 3rd bucket. Now 3 for 6 from the field.
This is why SGA is a focal point of this offense, because of that ability to score.
Here's Jokic. Good D by Holmgren. Here's Dort. Got him with the pump fake, but couldn't finish. Denver leading by 6. To the inside. Things getting physical, but Jokic hammers it out and wins.
Classic play that time by Westbrook, making space with the pick and roll to create for his team.
Williams' shot is off.
Look at the big fella working on that possession. He knows how to fend guys off and get those rebounds.
pass to Brown. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. Thunder trailing by 8. And Gilgeous-Alexander, here we go. Three-pointer. Dort misses. And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
And Mark Daigneault calls timeout. Looking for a breather and maybe just one or two things to talk about. And Denver has possession. There's 37 seconds left in the first half of the game. Here's Gordon. Thunder with the rebound. Over in the corner, Caruso. And he's good on the three ball. Denver leading by 5. Whistle blows, bucket is good, and he'll have a chance at the line to make it a three-point play.
Aaron Gordon is no pushover, far from it. I mean, with the ability to knock down shots despite contact, this young
for the game here.
You know, this is not an area where they expect him to contribute. You know, he's a guy that shot below 70% last season.
And because he struggled with his free throw shooting so much last season, I thought he was hesitant at times to be aggressive. Wasn't looking to draw contact and was trying to avoid getting to the foul line.
Pass to Caruso. And so it's Denver holding on to an 8-point lead heading into the break. Their shooting has been the big key. Their percentage from the field so far has been terrific. Right back after this break. And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. That'll be a 5-second call.
And just a little too lax with that possession, and it cost him.
And I tell you what, more brain neutral plays like that one, and they'll have a hole deeper than the one they're already in.
Here's Porter. Misses off the left iron.
Boy, defense non-existent there, but they catch a break as he whiffs it.
Here's Mitchell. Up and in on the layup. Mitchell's got the first points to start out the third quarter for the Thunder.
I tell you what, he came out of that locker room raring to go.
Yeah, really good sign for them offensively. They should keep getting him touches. Make sure he gets shots here.
And his presence as a scorer, it just has a calming effect for the rest of the team. He's a fallback option whenever they need one.
Caruso trying to come right back with the 3 of his own. It's no good. An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg? I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
And Mark Daigneault calls timeout here. He wants to talk to his guys. And Mark Daigneault calls timeout here. He's going to have a discussion here on the sideline. The Nuggets leading by 9. Murray with it. Williams picks him up. Back to Murray. Trying to find Jokic. Gets it to him.
Hey, night in and night out, Jokic is taking and relishing the contact.
These are his third and fourth free throw attempts of the game.
And how about a year ago? 82% on his foul shot, so he was reliable when he went to the line.
You know, he really did excel at the stripe. I mean, they couldn't have asked for too much more from him when it came to knocking down free throws.
Back to Holmgren. Pass to Dort. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Holmgren can't hit. And so it's Jokic with the ball. He brings it up. Here's Hartenstein. He's covered by Murray. Here's Dort. And again, Oklahoma City, no good. Some nice ball movement by the Nuggets. And the shot goes in. Jokic has got the lead up to 12 now for Denver.
Using his size on the interior, Jokic extremely difficult to stop down there.
And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Hey, Kevin, the Thunder are young, but they figured out how to win. Defensive ace Lou Dort talked about their chemistry. He said nobody cries about shot selection or anything like that. We know what each player can do. We just really want to see the team win and succeed. Kevin, you see that in their play.
Don't you, David? Every single game, pulling in the right direction.
And right now, Jokic has it going on. He's doing whatever he wants to out there.
Jamal Murray is still an elite scorer, and Clark, he has fought through so many injuries.
And it's remarkable that he's as explosive off the bounce as he is after the injuries that he's dealt with. His ability to create a shot, especially at crunch time, one of the best in the league. The pull-up jumper, the teardrop, and the three. He's got all of those.
And so it's Oklahoma City with it. 2 minutes remaining. After Michael Porter made the last three-pointer.
Hey, you know, I like the competitive spirit, but when you look at it, I think he rushed that three a little bit because he was trying to get back at his opponent.
Down low and finished off by Porter.
Yeah, letting it rip. They're just having fun right now.
Yeah, offensively, they've just been rolling. Impossible to stop.
5 seconds in.
They're going to turn it over. They could.
Two slam dunk champs, Grant Hill and Brent Berry, our analysts tonight. Brian Anderson here. We'll hear from Allie LaForce as well. Well, Grant, when you take a look at this matchup, both these teams feature an impressive backcourt.
No question, B.A. And I get the sense that bragging rights are on the line here. Everything you can do, I can do better. Expect some exciting back-and-forth action in this one.
B.A., when he gets the rim in his sights, it's tough to stop.
So aggressive and a determined finisher. Nice. Now here's Hart. Kicks it out Towns. Shot clock at 6. No good on the 3.
Just terrible defense. I don't know how he missed that shot.
Down low. Embiid. No good with a layup.
You're not going to see that very often. The defense in the vicinity, but still, he's not one to blow layups.
New York shooting their first free throw this game.
Well, if you're a basketball player, through your entire basketball life, you're going to hear coaches harp on you about free throws. It seems like Brunson has heard those messages loud and clear.
Now here's Brunson. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Knicks will retain possession.
New York ball.
And here's Hart. Pass to Towns. New York needs to get one up quick. The timer ticks.
And there's never been any question about the value of Embiid's defense. And as one of his teammates, it's a great feeling to have that kind of defender beside you.
Now here's Embiid. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Embiid's got his second basket of the game.
I love this approach. Getting him involved early, and it's already paying off.
Well, he's going to just keep going now. That's early confidence for him.
And it's Towns with the power finish.
Use the pick and roll, and then Brunson's court sense allows him to make that play.
Brent, everyone loves an underdog story, and there's few better than that of Jalen Brunson.
Yeah, this kid falling into the second round and all the perception around whether or not he was big enough or can he shoot the ball, is he athletic enough, has continued to work hard every year and turn himself into an all-star and an all-NBA player.
Hart can't hit. Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
I had a chance to catch up with Tom Thibodeau. Talking about Tyrese Maxey, he voiced how crucial it is to make sure that his defense doesn't allow him any breathing room. He told me, quote, Maxey can get hot in a hurry, so we can't afford to give him open looks. And with his speed, we definitely want to limit his opportunities in the open court. We'll see if the defense can slow his pace, guys.
All right, Allie, thanks once again. And we'll have a timeout called by Tom Thibodeau. He wants to review the game plan. And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. Brunson surveys. Outside Achua to the paint. Outside Brunson. Out to Bridges. 4 on the clock. New York no good that time either. Philadelphia leading by 3. It's George on the wing. And so the ball out of bounds. Embiid touched it last.
Coming onto the floor for the Sixers, number 28.
And here are the Knicks.
2 minutes remaining.
Outside Hart.
2 minutes.
Back to Brunson. Pass to Hart. Fires the 3. Can't get it to go, making him 0 for 2. Despite Joel Embiid missing more than half of their games, Grant, the Sixers still won 47 games last season.
Yeah, B.A., and lots of credit goes to Tyrese Maxey, averaging over 26 points a game. Philadelphia also had some good depth, and that really helped.
Here's Oubre. And he makes it on the layup.
This small advantage is starting to snowball.
Yeah, this team is looking to add to the lead, trying to put the other team away, and threatening here.
Here's Towns. And it's powered home by Towns.
Yeah, strong flush from Towns. I like whenever he plays with an edge inside.
George, no good. He got him. No doubt that's a foul. And it's going to be a transition take foul. A chance. to catch up on some numbers here. The scoring breakdown for the 76ers.
Well, you got to be impressed with how selfless they've been so far. Their passing has been simply outstanding.
Now here's Brunson. Tipped. Outside Oubre. Maxey with it. And Bridges picks him up defensively. Inside. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
And after putting it down, he dangles from the rim a little.
Man, that's borderline taunting right there, Grant. They're playing with a certain swagger right now. Now here's Brunson. Here's Achua. Here he goes. Soft touch off the glass.
I just think that's trouble. You're gonna let that guy shoot layups. You're asking for it.
2 seconds separating the shot clock and the game clock. Pass to Bona. Here's Yabusele. The shot. Misses the baby hook. Here's Towns. And that does it for the first quarter. Philadelphia on top. Up by 4. Don't go away. We'll be back with the second quarter in just a moment. If you're just joining us, we played through 1 quarter in this one. And looking at what we've seen from Philadelphia, what do you guys think?
We all know good ball movement is what most coaches harp on, and their passing's been excellent so far.
Everybody just feeling the energy of the basketball as they moved it around, and lots of hands were touching it. Yeah, here's a list of things I don't want to do, and right at the top is guard that guy.
Pass to Embiid. Embiid just too tall inside.
I love the confidence Embiid plays with, especially this close to the rim.
And Mikal Bridges, still one of the better wing defenders in the league, Greg.
Yeah, he's so great at pestering a shooter. Good lateral movement and wingspan makes him hard to get around. He might not be the best in the league, but he is well above average.
And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
Joel Embiid is setting records with his scoring, but he said, when I get stuck into just being a scorer, that's not the best version of me. I like sharing the ball. As you've seen the last couple of years, the teams that have won, they move the ball. Nothing is static. So that's how we should play. Pretty simple, Brian.
Yeah, great understanding, right? Thanks, Allie. Now here's Towns. He has 6. Outside Hart. The kick out to Brunson. There's the triple. And again, New York with the triple.
Really quick release there from Brunson. Let that one go in a hurry.
And so it's Nick Nurse. Calling timeout here. He's going to talk it over with his guys.
You must have left your dancing shoes at home.
So both teams changing it up here. Now approaching 2 minutes of action here in the second. George with it. No points yet. The kick out to Maxey. Knocks it loose. Here's Anunoby. And the layup is good. And now a 4-point Knick lead.
And it's energy like that on both ends of the floor that's got them out ahead. The defense there doing whatever they can to protect the rim.
All right, guys, some stats here. The scoring breakdown for the Knicks.
They've done a great job facilitating so far. So moving the rock and finding the open man, just great selfless basketball.
Well, Grant, all the high hopes Knicks fans have had in recent years, they have finally come to fruition.
Yeah, it really was good to see the Knicks have a great campaign last year. From the players to the coaches to the front office and the fans. They've pressed all the right buttons.
Now here's Towns. 5 on the clock. Pass to Achua. The shot no good. Excellent D there from Embiid. Here's George driving to the basket. And Mikal Bridges picks up the foul. That's his first foul.
First personal foul. First team foul.
Here's Embiid. Give him 8 points now. Can they get it? Up top, Oubre. And stolen by Bridges.
Yeah, the second man coming over was the key. Great defensive call.
Like to see Mikal get out there on the fast break and see that open opportunity.
Quarter number 2 and around 3 minutes gone by. To the inside. George. And George with the jam.
Come on, B.A. He sure can rise.
Grant, that's as good as it gets. One of the best in the league. And we'll have a timeout called by Tom Thibodeau. He wants a few moments to regroup with his players. You need a player who can score in isolation.
That's true, B.A. And in a 7-game series, defenses disrupt your set offense. If your stars can go mano-a-mano and create something out of nothing, that's often the best you can get.
And vision, such a key part of Brunson's game as the point.
To the middle. Powered down after the assist led him to the lane.
What elevation. He's a smaller but still determined big man, and he likes mixing it up with his impressive vert.
They set the pick. Towns goes in. Shoot from the baseline. Second chance effort. Hart can't hit. 76ers trail by 6. To the paint. Here's Bona. And he got the whistle on the way up. So he'll be headed to the line for a pair. It goes on Josh Hart. Philadelphia shooting their first free throws of the game now.
At the line, 2 shots.
And he makes the first. He's perfect from the line this time. We've got 1:08 left in the second quarter. Out to Bridges. Hart from long range. Drains the triple. Hart got 6.
And he can hurt you from there. The D must be up on Hart when he has the ball.
Pass to Bona. Doubled by Hart. Kicks it to George. Stolen by Bridges. Brunson with it. He's covered by Oubre. It's Hart on the wing. A chance to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. About 3 seconds between the shot clock and the game clock. And so Anunoby will bring it up for the Knicks. 7-point differential. Outside Hart. Played it in with a nice touch off the window. Give him 8.
Knicks lead, 29.
Here's George. And some nice defense there to end the quarter. Josh Hart getting it done for the New York Knicks. 8 points in the quarter, showing how effective he can be. Back to the game after this break. And we played through the first half. Plenty of basketball left in this one. New York leading by 9. Well, when you talk about a classic 3-and-D guy, Paul George is one of the first to come to mind, Brent.
I agree, B.A. I think he's been a little bit underappreciated, but this guy, both ends of the floor, with the ability to score and defend, is elite.
And here are the Sixers now. Here's Maxey. Nice move. And he lays it in. Maxey's got his first bucket in this one.
Ooh, a high motor in close to the rim. Maxey finding a window and converting.
Bridges outside. Pass to Brunson. 6 on the shot clock. Shoots over Maxey. Jalen Brunson playing big right now.
Brunson, one of those players that's just not going to be denied, determined to convert inside, and he does.
Back to Oubre. And that one is stuffed right through.
He's not the reason that they're trailing in this one. He's been on his game. There's a few of the other guys that need to pick it up.
Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
When you have an MVP talent in his prime, the focus has to be on winning the title. The Sixers' Joel Embiid said, quote, "The only thing I care about is winning. That takes a lot, and everybody has to contribute. I'm always going to believe in myself. I love the guys that we have. We are going to go and fight every single night."
Great perspective there. Thanks, Allie.
And that's where Brunson gets a lot of his baskets. He just thrives in the mid-range.
George.
Paul George.
Takes it into the teeth of the D and converts the layup. Pass to Hart. Oubre with a steal. Here's Grimes. He's guarded by Bridges.
Carl Anthony Towns. First personal foul. First team foul. Coming onto the floor for the Sixers, number 28.
Now here's Maxey. Puts the move on. And he lays it up and in. Maxey's got his second basket.
That lack of defensive intensity is not going to stop a player of his caliber from scoring.
And we'll have a timeout called by Tom Thibodeau. And we might see some changes. Coach potentially looking to adjust. Here's Brunson. He's got 9. Just under 2.5 minutes into this third quarter now. Anunoby on the wing. The offensive rebound. Outside Hart. Back to Towns. Outside Anunoby. 4 on the clock. Hart from long range. The rebound by Embiid. 76ers trail by 6. And Brent, this Knicks team, they've taken on the identity of their head coach.
Well, B.A., isn't it interesting, Tom Thibodeau? Lots of scuttlebutt about him as the coach. And then they brought in players that kind of fit the coach. They play hard. They play defense first. They play a ton of minutes. But this team is gritty, and they don't give up.
Now here's Towns. Give him 8 points now. From down in the low post, it goes. Towns has got 10 points.
And he is a force in the paint. Towns is such a huge presence inside for them.
Talking about Tyrese Maxey, Grant, here's a guy who's improved every year.
Yeah, B.A. I mean, from averaging 8 as a rookie to 26 points during his breakout 4th year, Maxey has added to his game every offseason and turned himself into an elite scorer.
At this point, you might as well go ahead and chalk up the points when he's at the free throw line. Pretty much automatic.
76ers trail by 6. The shake. And he takes it up and lays it in.
Assist from
Maxey's got 8 points here in the quarter.
Oubre will draw some attention as a scorer, but that's going to open up some passing lanes, and he doesn't make a mistake that time.
And that one's good for Brunson. And the Knicks lead by 6.
The defense couldn't collapse quickly enough.
Here's Maxey. And off the glass. That one's good. Maxey's got 10 points in just the second half.
Oh, what a crafty move, causing the defender to pause right there.
There's 48 seconds left in the third quarter. Here's Brunson. Joel Embiid with the board. Now Maxey. He's got 10. Inside. Embiid. That one goes in.
He's so tough to stop. Even when you hit Embiid, he possesses the strength to muscle shots in.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the game here. The Knicks with the lead. Shot and game clock separated by 5. Payne with it. Guarded now by Maxey. Right side, Robinson. Back to McBride. Left side, Achua. And wrestling for it there, but nope. One has possession. We'll have a jump ball.
jump ball.
5 to shoot. Back to McBride.
Tough break for the defense. I mean, he took the hit, but he didn't get the call.
First team foul. Substitution on the court.
7 seconds left in the third quarter here. We're at the end of the third quarter, and we've still got a close one. It's the Knicks up by 1. And we'll have the start of the fourth quarter for you as soon as we get back from this short break. And with 3 quarters behind us, we'll start the fourth in what is still anybody's ball game. And it's Butler with the ball for Philadelphia. Driving inside. Out to the wing. Here's Yabusele. Pass to McCain. Oh, look out! Joel Embiid with a power jam.
Yeah, good things happen when Embiid has the ball in his hands. I mean, this guy can do it all.
Achua gets the bucket. And the Knicks lead by 1.
With a tough road ahead, they worked hard to get a good shot.
Down low. Yabusele. The shot won't fall. And New York has possession. And here's McBride. To the inside. Kicks it out to Anunoby. Inside. Payne. Towns, left side. Nails it from 3. And it's a 4-point Knick lead.
And that's what makes Towns so dangerous offensively. He's a threat even when he's playing off the ball.
Here's Yabusele. Pass to McCain. Now here's Embiid. Just 5 on the clock. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Here's McBride. And again, New York.
The triple. This is what it's been since halftime. Remarkable results from downtown.
Pretty infectious right here, guys. In good spirits and percentages from downtown on the rise in the second half.
And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
I was able to listen in on what Nick Nurse had to say to the team. He thinks they're still very much in this game, saying it's right there, but it's on us to take care of it. We have to make it happen, hoping to inspire his team here.
Allie, thank you. To the middle. Grimes. Oh, a rim-rattling two-handed jam.
Oh, come on, B.A. I mean, where's the defense? That's just too easy.
Yeah, they got to do a much better job in help.
Yeah, we see this all too often. The team gets a huge lead, and then their guard gets let down.
Back to Hart. Takes a 13-footer. Joel Embiid with the board.
Well, if you believe in the numbers, that mid-range shot is not a high-value shot, even with little or no defense on you.
Here's Bridges. And it's Bridges with the jam.
And that's just too easy. Bridges in there slamming it down.
And it's Maxey missing. And here's New York now. A big stretch here going. 10-2. To the paint. Kicks it out to Anunoby. Here's Brunson. Good. 5 for 9 shooting so far.
And Brunson capable here of having these binges, scoring the basketball.
Wow! Always fun to see point guards who can elevate above the rim like that.
Oh, a strong mindset and even stronger finish.
Oh, just seeking out weaknesses in the defense and then exploiting it.
This has been their game plan here in the final period. We'll see if it continues to work out.
It's one thing to have teams shoot a bunch of threes, but with this team being that hot defensively, you got to chase them away from anywhere near that line.
You really can't understate the energy Maxey brings to his game. Not just effort level, but his attitude and how that spreads to his guys out there.
Knicks leading by 8. And here's Brunson from the arc. And Grimes pulls it down. All right, a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from here for New York.
Well, the coaching staff has to love what they're seeing on offense. There's so many assists because how this team is moving the ball.
Both free throws good from Maxey.
A perfect trip to the line narrows the gap.
And we've got 1:18 left to play in the fourth. Here's Brunson. Rebound by Philadelphia.
Well, they shouldn't be giving that shot to anyone, but they certainly shouldn't be giving it to him. That's a big break for the defense.
And it's Maxey missing. So it's the Knicks now. 6-point lead. Outside Brunson. Towns with the ball. Guarded now by Maxey. And that's an intentional foul.
Kelly Oubre Jr. First personal foul. First team foul.
Anunoby on the wing. Deflects the pass. It's stolen by Maxey.
Not the best pass, guys, and the defense took full advantage. Tyrese Maxey lives for these moments. Loves coming through in the clutch.
Second personal foul.
So the first one drops, and that puts him up 5.
Jalen Hudson.
And so both free throws good. And it's a 6-point ball game.
Free throws always a little bit sweeter when they can add to your lead.
Pass to Grimes. And here's Embiid, covered by Towns. And then Embiid with the dunk.
This can make it so much easier for your teammate when you throw that lead pass that gets to him right on the money, whether that's on the run or in the shooting pocket.
He hits the first one, and that puts him up 5. And so he drops them both, and it's a 6-point ball game. And the 76ers call time here. They're trailing by 6. Any speculation on what we're going to see coming out of this timeout?
The game's not quite done yet, but they need points right away.
Yeah, act fast, but without mistakes.
And it's Maxey missing. And now they decide to foul intentionally.
14 foul.
First free throw is good. And that makes it a 7-point lead.
2 shots.
And the second free throw, no good. Tough break there. Oh, stolen by Anunoby. And so this one belongs to the... It's the Los Angeles Clippers taking on the Los Angeles Lakers. Here we go. I'm Brian Anderson, and joining me at the table, Richard Jefferson and Grant Hill. We've also got Allie LaForce bringing us reports. Now here's Harden. Doncic grabs the miss. In 2024, Luka Doncic recorded 6 consecutive 30-point triple-double games.
That's right, B.A. The first time anyone has done it in NBA history. So if you didn't already believe in Luka Magic, well, there's some proof that the magic is real.
Harden the open look. Boy, clanks that one off the back iron and it falls.
And we talk about the importance of versatility.
Oh, my goodness! Did you see?
That's how you finish. With his athletic ability, LeBron drives with purpose. He wants to put the D in a difficult position whenever he gets the chance.
And Ty Lue has called a timeout. Coach wants to speak to his guys, maybe alter some of the game plan.
Let's hear it for you. Substitution on the court.
And so it's Simmons with it. He brings it up for the Clippers. Outside Mills. From behind the arc. It's Hayes with the rebound.
That was a good possession. They got a clean look. The shot just didn't fall.
And it's James with the jam.
But getting inside positioning is what he wants. Like, once that man gets in there and gets moving, oh, he's going to finish that dunk.
Pass to Simmons. Eubanks the screen. And the call will be against Austin Reeves. That's his first foul.
That's his first personal foul. First team foul.
There's Bogdanovich with the three. James with the rebound. First quarter of play with about a minute and a half gone by. Outside Reeves. The offensive rebound. Pass to Hayes. Now here's Doncic. Over Bogdanovich. Boy, they had their chances. 2 offensive rebounds, but still coming up empty. And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
I did briefly speak with J.J. Redick. And guys, when talking to Coach before the game about Ben Simmons, it sounds like they know how they want to attack him defensively. Coach told me, you can't let him get the easy bucket. We need to force him to his right, flush him out of the paint. Sounds like they're going to try to keep Simmons as far away from the hoop as possible, B.A.
Allie, thank you. You know, Grant, after losing in the first round last season, it felt like changes were inevitable for the Lakers.
Yeah, making the playoffs isn't enough for that franchise. They are all about championship success, and anything short of that is a failure.
So it's the Lakers now. After the Clippers picking up a basket just a moment ago. It's so interesting, Grant. Younger fans may not realize the Clippers had a lot of rough seasons early on.
Well, you know, B.A., that's one way to put it. You know, in their first 27 years in L.A., they only made the playoffs 4 times. But things have definitely changed. Owners have changed. And now they're postseason regulars in the league.
Now here's Mills to the paint. Here's Simmons. Outside Bogdanovich. 6 on the shot clock. Blocked. On the wing, Reeves. The 3 is up. 1:56 left in the first quarter. It's stolen by Bogdanovich. And it's the Clippers on the break. Jones with the ball. Guarded now by Finney-Smith. Back to Eubanks. And stolen by Hayes. Left side Reeves. To the inside. Pass to Hayes. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Patrick Mills. That's his first foul of the game.
Tough break for the defense. I mean, he took the hit, but he didn't get the call.
A minute 31 left in the first quarter. Here's Connect. And here's Hayes. Just 5 on the clock. And here's Doncic outside. Ben Simmons grabs the board.
Just terrible defense. I don't know how he missed that shot.
Outside Mills. 4-3. Buries it from 3.
Hey, good to get him going right away. I mean, those are the shots that really boost confidence.
It makes a difference for them if he can establish his three-point shot as a weapon.
On the night, he's 2 for 2 at the stripe. The first one falls. Grant, how about that in-season tournament win for the Lakers in 2024?
Yeah, honestly, it just makes sense that the first of those trophies would land with a historic franchise like the Lakers.
Now here's Simmons. .41 seconds left in the first quarter of the game.
Even though it wasn't a clear path, he knows that that's a shot he should make more oftentimes than not.
Just owning the painted area. If it's working, no need to change.
Here's Jones. Rebounded by the Lakers. Pass to Connect. Here's Hayes. Here's Connect. He's guarded by Mills. Here's Finney-Smith. Off target from three-point range. Right side Jones. And so it's the Los Angeles Lakers leading by 6 as we wrap up the quarter. The hustle they've shown on defense.
The Clippers, 7.
And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we played through 1 quarter of action so far. Guys, what stands out to you from the Lakers in this one?
Well, clearly they played well in the first period because of their selfless attitude.
They're playing for one another and focusing on making winning plays. You love to see it.
Woo! Defensively, you can't afford to let them get to the rim that easily.
Well, that might be why their deficit is what it is right now.
Yeah, it's going to take better rim protection than that if they're going to climb out of this hole.
Here's Reeves. It goes. He's made 3 shots in 6 attempts.
And he gives up some size inside, but makes a great adjustment on the finish.
Yeah, you can give up some size, but that shows you how fearless he is, willing to attack the basket no matter who is in front of him.
To the middle. Looking at lineups around the league, Grant, seems like they're becoming more positionless than ever before.
Yeah, you're spot on, B.A. To the point where some people feel all-star voting shouldn't be by position anymore. It should be by merit.
Left side, Jones. Basket's good. Jones has got his second basket of the game. The Lakers lead by 6. On the wing, Finney-Smith. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
And you like the balance here. Not just falling in love with the 3-ball.
Back to Bogdanovich. Down low. And slam dunk by Simmons.
This is where you get Simmons the ball, moving downhill towards the cup.
Poke loose. Stolen by Jones. And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
Well, the Clippers' talent level is unquestionable, but they can run hot and cold at times. Coach Ty Lue said taking care of the basketball, transition defense, offensive rebounds, and spacing. Those are the 4 things we have to consistently be good at every single night. Brian?
Yeah, he knows what he's talking about, Allie. Doncic outside. Luka! Get off me!
Oh, my. Tight defense, but Doncic just muscles it in.
Inside. Here's Eubanks. Rebound by the Lakers.
And you don't see that every day. Usually he'll convert when he gets that close to the rim.
And Richard, after going undrafted back in 2016, what a career for Dorian Finney-Smith.
Approaching a decade in this league. He's been a starter for most of that time, but he continues to be the definition of a 3-and-D glue guy.
Pass to Eubanks. Laid it in with a nice touch off the window. Eubanks, he's gotten 4 this quarter.
Nice ball movement there. That's how you break down the defense.
Here's Doncic. Luka proving he can score from anywhere.
Oh, Luka is so skilled at using his body to create good looks inside.
Pass to Jones. Right side Mills. Oh, he got him with a pump fake, but he couldn't finish. The Lakers lead by 8. And here's Reeves outside. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Reeves.
Substitution for your Lakers. Jared Vanderbilt. LeBron James.
We've got 1:23 left to play in the first half of basketball. Pass to Bogdanovich. And a miss there on the triple. And so James will bring it up for the Los Angeles Lakers. They lead by 8. Biggest lead of the game. Here's Doncic. And he drops it in from the low post. Doncic has got 8 points.
And just totally relentless, only increasing the intensity level.
Always plays hard until the final whistle, no matter what the situation is.
Punching it inside, LeBron.
And it's the level of creativity that separates LeBron. It's second to none because he's such an incredible ball handler also.
Shot is good, off the back rim and in.
Gotta fight harder to get over those screens.
Yeah, as soon as these guys feel contact, they are just disappearing like they're not even there. You got to show some fire and keep defending.
Doncic, you see the strength.
And trust me, when the D's slow to react, he'll be the first guy to make them pay.
Yeah, they're going to do a much better job of putting a little bit of pressure on him on his way to the hoop.
Jones misses.
Aggressive mindset, but the defender just as determined to send him away empty-handed.
Here's Doncic. It's hauled in by the Clippers. Outside Bogdanovich. And the first half now in the books. The Lakers on top. They lead by 12. And we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out there for the start of the third quarter, right after the break. And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the rout that it's threatening to be. The Lakers lead by 12. Doncic outside. And he's going. Under the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up.
That's his second personal foul.
And you can't let Doncic get this type of positioning because then you're pretty much forced to foul him.
Doncic hits them both. Harden with it. And in on the layup.
Just an absolute ferocious score. When Harden gets a chance to score from the interior, he doesn't think twice about shooting.
Doncic outside. He hits the back iron and sinks it. Doncic has got 4 points in the quarter.
Nice move to get inside and create a good look for himself.
Harden with it. Hachimura covering. It's good. And he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A 3-point play opportunity. And he'll be shooting his first free throw. That's good from Harden.
Let me say this. If you need it, he's got it. Harden does everything you want out of an offensive weapon.
Doncic deciding where to go with it. Nice move. Puts the move on. That shot off the mark. Harden with the defensive effort. Fires the 3. Hachimura with a rebound. The Lakers lead by 11. Over a minute and a half now into this third quarter action. Here's James. James with the focus.
Yeah, just too much big boy basketball by LeBron James, just bodying defenders inside.
Richard, it's nice to have the versatility of a guy like Hachi. Murrah, equally comfortable at either forward position.
Well, he's got the size and strength of a modern-day NBA power forward, but he also has the ability to stretch the floor and knock down a three. That's a nice combo.
And we've got a timeout called by J.J. Redick. We might see him looking to make some tweaks to the strategy here. Here's James. And we're just about 2 minutes into the second half now. And slam dunk by James.
James has this athleticism to his game. He can get up there when he wants to.
Outside Harden. And the call is going to be, yes, an illegal screen.
You can get away with one once in a while, but it looked like he wasn't completely set on that pick.
You gotta blow the whistle when it's that obvious. Great call there by the official.
Out of bounds. It'll be the Clippers' ball.
A sloppy turnover. When you're not locked in, you pay the price.
Zubac screen. Powell for three. Leonard on the wing. Right wing. Here's Dunn. And it's all from three-point range. The Lakers lead by 13. Pass to James. Back to James. Baseline jumper. The shot by James. No good. Now the Clippers with it. Now here's Zubac. He's defended by Hayes. And the ball is tied up, so we'll have a jump ball. Back to Harden. Pass to Leonard. Back to Powell. Outside for Harden. 5 on the clock. Zubac. Done right side.
2 minutes remaining in the third.
And he was camped in the lane there. He gets a 3-second call.
That's a costly error. Let's see how they bounce back.
Well, they don't have time to...
This is Brian Anderson, joined by Grant Hill and Richard Jefferson. Allie LaForce will be our reporter from the sideline. Tip-off goes to Minnesota. Randall outside. Pass to Edwards. Drives to the hoop. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. Well, Grant, when you take a look at this matchup, both these teams feature an impressive backcourt.
No question, B.A. And I get the sense that bragging rights are on the line here. Everything you can do, I can do better. Expect some exciting back-and-forth action in this one.
Free throw good, Edwards. And Grant, the success of teams like the Timberwolves showing that size still matters.
Yeah, in this pace and space era, that may have come into question just a bit, but size and skill combined has always been your best bet at winning.
And both free throws good for Edwards.
And it's a luxury to have a great shooter like him at the line. Very rarely see a miss.
Here's Doncic. And Doncic hammers it home.
A guard that can truly do it all. Doncic has tremendous power.
Picked by Gobert. Here's Edwards. Oh, he goes right over LeBron and slams it down.
Oh, my. Edwards looking to demoralize the defense a little with that one.
Outside Reeves. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Anthony Edwards. That's his first foul of the game. Here's James. Down low. Here's Hayes.
The selfless attitude of James. When someone on his team has a clean look, he feeds him.
Outside Conley. Edwards looking it over. Picked by Gobert. Back to Conley. Pass to Gobert. And it's in there.
Nice play by Gobert. Taking it up strong and daring people to stop him.
It's Doncic with a drive. And there's James from the arc. Randall pulls down the board. Here's Randall. He'll bring it up for Minnesota. Well, Grant, even though it looks like LeBron could play forever, he stated that he doesn't have much time left.
Well, it's unbelievable that he's sustained this level of excellence for as long as he has. I would be surprised if we see this type of longevity ever again.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the game here. James, no good on the free throw.
What I appreciate about LeBron is how much he loves being a leader. He knows how much his teammates count on him.
Now here's Doncic. First quarter, just about 2 minutes in. And he gets it to go.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
Easy possessions like that literally are just a gift. You just dream of them. He'll gladly take those.
Pass to Gobert. It's Hayes with the rebound. James, right side. Ooh, LeBron with the slam.
This is classic LeBron leaping off the floor for a powerful dunk.
And Chris Finch calls timeout here. A moment to rest and confer on the game plan. And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Thanks. I caught up with the Timberwolves head coach. I asked Coach what it's like facing LeBron now versus earlier in his career, and he quickly responded, not much. He's still extremely difficult to game plan for. Even at this stage of his career, he remains a dominant force. So limiting his production will be crucial for them in this matchup, guys.
Okay, thank you, Allie.
What a finish. I mean, he just took over himself.
What a show of power right there from the point guard. Man, sweet.
A point guard getting up like that? Boy, that is special.
It's James on the wing. Pass to Reeves. Off target with the three. 1:44 left in the first quarter. Outside Edwards. Randall on the screen. Edwards with it. Guarded now by Finney-Smith. And it's Randall with the jam.
Wow, Julius Randle. We could feel the floor shaking on that one.
Outside Reeves. And there's James from the arc. Randall pulls down the board. And so Randall will bring it up. It's no good. The Lakers trail. James inside. Pass to Doncic. Back to James. And how about LeBron? Even if he's no longer the clear-cut best player in the league, he can still take over a game, RJ.
Oh, make no mistake, he's still the best when he needs to be. Absolutely has a switch that gets flipped when he needs it. It's not on for 48 minutes, but he can definitely turn it on for a few.
You know, Grant, after losing in the first round last season, it felt like changes were inevitable for the Lakers.
Yeah, making the playoffs isn't enough for that franchise. They are all about championship success, and anything short of that is a failure.
Here's Finney-Smith. And he lays it up and in.
Guy's just ridiculous. He's just an absolute surgeon when he has the ball. This man is surgical.
Alexander Walker grabs the board. Here's DiVincenzo. Vanderbilt with the block. And they get it back. Outside, DiVincenzo puts up a deep three. 1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one. It's Los Angeles. They lead by 2. After this break, we'll be back with the start of the second quarter on 2K Sports. And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter. We'll see what happens here in the second. Taking a look at the Lakers' performance here, guys. What are your thoughts?
It's simple. When you can protect the rim the way they have, it's a big advantage.
You can't overstate how much interior defense can shape the game. They have a distinct advantage there, and they have turned it into a lead.
Back to Vanderbilt. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Reeves. Oh, and Reed with a block. And the call will be against Austin Reeves. That's his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
Here is DiVincenzo. No points yet. Pass to Alexander Walker. It's McDaniels on the wing. Clark with it. 5 to shoot. And this is a star-driven league. But talk about the importance of role players, Grant.
Oh, B.A., a lot of times they're the ones who carry the day. You know what you'll get from your stars, but when the X factor ignites, that can make the difference.
Pass to connect. For 3. Reed with the rebound. The Timberwolves trail. Out to DiVincenzo. To the inside. It's McDaniels on the wing. And here's Reed. Outside, DiVincenzo. A chance there to take the lead, but a miss. On the wing, Reeves. Outside Vanderbilt. That's a textbook example of the transition take foul rule. And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for the Lakers.
I've really been impressed with how aggressive they've been inside, looking to capitalize from the paint whenever they can.
Both teams deciding to change it up. And Chris Finch has called timeout. He's going to talk it over with his guys. And Minnesota making a change here. It's been a couple of minutes since they led in this game.
Oh, they'd love to change that here.
Picked by Gobert. Inside. Gobert hammers it home.
And just so mobile at his size. Once Gobert sets the screen, he rolls hard to the right spot.
Here's James. And here's Doncic outside. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. It's stolen by James. And slam dunked by James.
Trading the lead back and forth, neither side is willing to back down.
I've been on the edge of my seat courtside. Man, this has been a barn burner.
A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
Well, LeBron James last season set the record for most All-Star nods in NBA history. He said, quote, "I'm blessed to do what I love and just to try to give back to the game that's given to me over 2 decades. Long ago, I exceeded anything I ever dreamed of being in the NBA. Everything else is just extra credit." Brian?
Thanks, Allie. And we've got a timeout called by J.J. Redick. He'll take the opportunity to regroup. And here's Doncic. He'll bring it up for the Lakers. And finished off by Hayes.
Making sure of it with the two-hand slam, B.A.
Yeah, I don't blame him. With the score this tight, you cannot take a chance here. Oh, my goodness. Okay. Throw it down.
Come on. And the offensive firepower Edwards is capable of is special. I mean, we are seeing it on full display right now.
The Lakers in the lead. To the middle. Pass to Hachimura. Reed brings the double. Now here's Doncic. Now James. Ingles defending. Back to Doncic. Clock at 4. The shot's good on the assist by James. Doncic has got 5 points now this quarter. Here's Edwards. Getting it done inside. Edwards.
And just working his way inside. Keeping Edwards out of the paint is not an easy task.
Now Los Angeles with it. Here's Doncic. Oh, and Reed with a block. A minute 6 left in the first half. Edwards for 3. It's Hayes with the rebound.
Given his range, you'd expect him to capitalize on that opening.
James. That's short off the rim.
Good shot, going bad. Gotta finish there. Hey, if you can't block it, sending him to the line could be the next best thing.
It's his first trip to the line. And that one falls for Gobert.
2 shots.
It's both from the stripe. Here are the Lakers with the ball. To the paint. Here's Finney-Smith.
While he's a bit undersized for a 4, he more than makes up for it with his bounce.
Outside Edwards. Oh, it's stolen by Doncic. Here's James. Oh, and he can't cap off the break.
Probably should have scored there. He usually does.
They get it again. Here's Gobert. And Gobert with the stuff.
And you know he's tough on the glass. Easy money there for Gobert.
James outside. From deep, here's Doncic. The rebound by Ingles. Here's Edwards. It's good. Edwards, what strength.
And man, is he in a zone right now. Seems like he can't miss.
From outside the arc. And that's not gonna go. Misses at the buzzer. Anthony Edwards has been on display for Minnesota. 8 points in the quarter, showing how effective he can be. More NBA on 2K Sports right after this. And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. Ooh, Gobert with a steal. Outside McDaniels. Here's Randall. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up. It's on Rui Hachimura.
Inside, you have to try something to stop Randall. But he gets physical right back and draws a good shooting foul.
First one falls for him.
You know, a reliable veteran like Julius Randle is so valuable. He provides a foundation for everyone else to play off of because they know he'll be there to score and help out. He makes it easier for other players to succeed around him.
Grant, how about that in-season tournament win for the Lakers in 2024?
Yeah, honestly, it just makes sense that the first of those trophies would land with a historic franchise like the Lakers.
And the basket by Gobert.
When you get a chance to run the floor like that, you have to capitalize. Great hustle on that play.
Lakers trail by 6. Reeves with the ball. And it's Gobert picking him up. Pass to James.
Yeah, just too much big boy basketball by LeBron James, just bodying defenders inside.
Here's Randall. And he drops it in from the low post. Randall's gotten 4 this quarter.
A great move. I mean, the defense has no response.
Yeah, taking it right to the rim. One imagines that might be discussed at halftime. That's going to be on the film. He finds a shooter in motion and is confident he can thread him with the lead pass. Well done.
And the call will be against Austin Reeves. That'll be a second foul of the game. And with a little over a minute gone by, the second half is underway. To the middle. Oh, sweet move. Randall can't hit. Lakers trail by 4. James inside. And he can't get that one to go. His 6th miss in 10 tries. Here's Edwards. Banked it in off the glass. Edwards has got 18.
That's a blue-collar bucket right there. Grown man basket. Put in the work. Got a second chance to score.
And we've got a timeout called by J.J. Redick. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over. Over a minute and a half now into this third quarter action. Outside Reeves. It's James on the wing. Oh, James knocks down the triple.
When LeBron is being aggressive on offense, you got to make a change. You can't let him just have his way.
Here's Edwards. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Edwards got 20 points.
Assertive move. You can tell the game's heating up a bit.
Pass to Hayes. Outside Reeves. Back to Doncic. Fires the three. And the Lakers hit again from deep.
And I know Doncic prefers a straight-on three shot, but his touch works just as well there in the corners. That one rocked this arena.
That's the kind of dunk right there that makes you think he's going to rip down the rim. And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Well, the Timberwolves, no doubt, a team to be reckoned with. Coach Chris Finch said, we come in every single night and compete. No matter what the circumstances are, we expect to win. We root for each other, so I feel like we have all the makings of a tough team.
And they have reason to be confident, Allie. Thank you. Counted from distance.
Their strategy has been pretty simple here in the second half. Attack from three-point range.
And you see this so much more nowadays in the NBA. Teams putting a larger emphasis on jacking up threes.
Minnesota in the lead. And his defenses have adjusted to Austin Reeves scoring. Richard, he's countered with the pass.
Austin Reeves doesn't get enough credit for how good his handle is, how much it's improved. It's allowed for him to score, get into different places, and make these passes.
Neither team has been able to assert its dominance over the other.
Yeah, the struggle is real tonight. 7 lead changes and still in the third quarter.
Rebound, the Lakers. We've got 1:28 left in the third. 4-3. They get the rebound. Lets a three fly. That one falls. Great setup by Doncic. And now it's a 4-point Laker lead.
Just zero hesitation from James, trusting his shot.
Man, he made sure to get his money's worth on that foul.
On the night, he's 2 for 2 at the stripe. And that one falls for Gobert. And so Gobert nails both of them. A minute 9 left in the third quarter. Pass to James. Nice work inside from James.
Soft touch on the floater from James. It's impressive how well he can adjust his mechanics to almost any situation.
Making sure of it with the two-hand slam, B.A.
Yeah, I don't blame him. With the score this tight, you cannot take a chance here. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line. And let's take a moment to get your take, guys, on the scoring so far for Los Angeles.
They're moving the ball around so well, guys. Quick passes, letting the next guy do the work if you don't have a look.
And Doncic is a walking triple-double threat. His versatility and confidence is really special.
Nice ball movement there. Delivered the pass right on time.
A chance at a 2-for-1.
You have to find ways to use the clock to your advantage.
And Gobert with a block.
Well, Rudy loves erasing shots. Every chance he gets, he'll take a swipe at you.
Here's James. He's got 18. "27 seconds left in the third quarter. Doncic outside. Just 4 to shoot. The Lakers got to get one up. Late clock. Finney-Smith's shot is off. Randall outside. Pulls it. And that's not going to go. And at the close of the third quarter, still a close game. Both teams putting up points in a hurry. Timberwolves ahead, up by 1. And right after this, we'll bring you the start of the final quarter. Well, terrific game it's been so far, with this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. And so it's Edwards who brings up the ball for Minnesota. They lead by 1. On the take. Get up, Anthony Edwards!
Yeah, look at the concentration. Through contact, Edwards gets the shot off. Just a tremendous fight.
And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for Minnesota.
You got to be impressed with how assertive they are on offense, continuing to cut hard to the rim time and time again.
Lakers trail by 4. Pass to Finney-Smith. The baseline J is off the mark.
I don't know if he got in his own head there or what, because the defense can't really take credit for that miss.
Ooh, nice shot by Miller.
Great awareness from Ant to locate his teammate for the score.
Vincent with the ball. He's picked up by Miller. Out to the right wing. Here's Doncic. Inside. Takes it up with both hands and rips it down.
Cutting into this lead. They're well within striking distance.
A stop or two in the next minute or so, and they could even this game up. Great job to keep battling.
On the wing, Alexander Walker. And down it goes. Jam that one home.
Woo! Defensively, you can't afford to let him get to the rim that easily.
Well, that might be why their deficit is what it is right now.
Yeah, it's going to take better rim protection than that if they're going to climb out of this hole.
From deep, here's Doncic. Miller pulls it in. The Timberwolves lead by 6. About a minute and a half through the fourth quarter now. Edwards. Here's Alexander Walker. It's rebounded by Los Angeles.
Don't let him shoot that.
From the wing, Reed with the rebound. And here's Minnesota now. The kick out to Edwards. On the take. Oh, Edwards, so quick.
Yeah, what energy from Edwards on the drive. Pushing his way inside and straight to the cup.
And Luka Doncic is going to pick up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him.
And this kind of selflessness is great to see. Textbook positioning to draw the charge.
And Chris Finch calls timeout here, rallying his guys to make sure they all know the plan. So it's both teams making substitutions here. Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
Over that last break, I got a chance to hear what Chris Finch said to the team. He implored his team to use the clock. He said the clock is our friend. No need to rush things unless they give us a free one. Let's squeeze them out of this game. Back to you, Brian.
Thank you for that, Allie. Here's James. McDaniels with the rebound. And here's Minnesota now. Big run right now for him, 11-2. James with the ball. Randall's in his pocket. And here's Doncic outside. Here's James. And he battles for the ball, gets his second chance bucket. James has got 14 points here in the second half. McDaniels, that's good. And the Timberwolves lead by 10.
Great dime by Gobert. Scans the floor well to find his teammates.
And it's Hachimura missing.
That is not the shot they needed there. You got to work it around and get a better look.
Their offense has been unstoppable, just firing on all cylinders.
They've had great execution, and what stands out is that they're just taking what the defense gives them, not forcing anything.
Well, that was clearly a foul.
And the first one at the line is good. Both shots good from the strike. We've got 1:55 left to play in the fourth. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Hachimura. Now here's Conley. Here's Edwards. The layup misses.
Gets caught showboating there. But hey, he had room. You just don't get many chances to add some style. Sometimes you got to go for it.
Doncic. Out to James. Let's go with a 3. The offensive rebound.
Get there.
Here's Hayes. That falls. Nice feed that time from James.
I just love when teams make it work down low.
Pass to Edwards. A minute 9 left to play in the fourth quarter of this one. Here's Gobert. Here's Randall. Just 5 on the clock. The kick out to Conley. McDaniels from long range. Sinks it from distance.
Nothing left to do but to watch the clock tick towards 0. Nice victory here for the Timberwolves.
It was stop and go for them along the way, but they finally seized full control of this game.
BA, the scoreboard definitely doesn't tell the whole story. They were able to pull things together when things got tough, and of course, they closed strong.
And when you look at the game, the one thing that helped fuel this team to victory was the efficiency for Anthony Edwards.
And he was getting buckets all night long, giving the defense that work.
And there's James from the arc. And here's Gobert. He'll bring it up for the Timberwolves. They've given up just... Hello, basketball fans. You've got it on 2K Sports as we get set to bring you exciting NBA action. This is Brian Anderson, Coach Stan Van Gundy, and the Hall of Famer Grant Hill here with me at the table, and Allie LaForce reporting from the sidelines. And it's going to be the Nuggets off the tip. Here's Murray.
Watch the screen. Hit me, I'm open.
Kevin Durant pulls it in.
Well, the analytics don't like it, but if the defense is giving it up, I like that shot selection despite the miss.
Oh, the hops from Beal. Woo!
When you look at the career of Kevin Durant, he's had an amazing list of teammates, Grant.
Yeah, that's true, B.A. And it started with Westbrook and Harden. Then he had Steph, Clay, and Dre, Kyrie, and then Booker and Beal. That is quite the list.
Denver shooting their first free throw this game. That free throw good from Gordon. Coach, it's interesting to watch the career path of Aaron Gordon. He's gone from one role in his previous stop, then he arrives to the Nuggets in a completely different role there.
Yeah, Brian, he's become more of a third or fourth guy, and he's embraced the change. Every Everybody wants to be that number one or number two guy, but you got to play a role to be a winner in this league.
And it's resulted in championships.
It sure has.
Now here's Durant. There's the drive. And he comes up with a bucket.
Durant just going to work inside, outsmarting the defense and getting the close range look.
To the paint. And Gordon with the big finish.
Wow, pretty much an unbelievable slam there.
Pass to Beal. And the timeout called by Mike Budenholzer. He wants to give him a breather and talk things over. We'll stand in the highly competitive West. The Denver Nuggets continue to distinguish themselves.
Well, Brian, they are unquestionably a top team in their conference, and they're proof that smart front office decisions and patience really pays off in the long run.
A little over a minute and a half into this first quarter. Here's Durant. With the teardrop. That one off the back iron and out.
That was a good look from the mid-range. He'd like to have that one back.
Durant inside. Gordon pulls it in. And here's Porter outside. Count it. 1 for 1 to start the game.
A lights-out three-point shooter. All Porter Jr. needs is a little wiggle room, and he's pulling up.
Here's Booker. Yep, count it.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
Once he gets in deep on the defense, there is no way he's missing a layup like that.
And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Well, guys, the Suns are going for it. All-star guard Devin Booker said everybody here is on the same page. We're in win-now mode. We want excellence. We know it's not going to be easy, but when you give up that much, we're trying to win this year and years to come. Brian, this front office has been aggressive.
Scored inside, too.
The drive by Murray. And the dunk by Jokic.
Sees his man, threads the pass inside. Excellent teamwork.
Here's Booker. Second chance shot. It's Booker on the wing. Back to Durant. Outside for Booker. Clock at 4. The Suns need to get off a shot. And stolen by Murray. Pass to Brown. Back to Gordon. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Gordon.
Yeah, not a great pass there. You got to be on the same page as your teammates.
And Mike Budenholzer decides to call a time. He wants to review the game plan. The Suns making a switch here. 1:07 left in the first. And here's Bull. And he buries his first look.
And you like the balance here. Not just falling in love with the three ball.
And it's Murray off the drive. And it's Murray finishing it off.
You see the speed there. Love watching Murray go right towards the rim and convert.
Outside Booker. Here's Bull. It's hauled in by Nikola Jokic.
Wow. Missed the easy one right there, right at the rim, but came up empty.
Porter gets the bucket.
Defensively, you have to stay connected to him on the perimeter.
Suns trail by 3. 1 second separating the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Plumlee. Out to Beal. "11 seconds left in the first quarter.
I like when Beal looks to score inside because it forces the D to get physical with him.
Phoenix shooting their first free throws of the game. The first free throw is good.
Taking 2 shots.
And Beal drops them both. 9 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Outside Murray. From deep, Jokic. A nice first quarter of play. We've seen plenty of offense so far. It's Denver. They lead by 1. And the second quarter about to get started. We'll be back in a moment. And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out ahead in the second quarter. And before we move on, what have you guys seen from Denver?
Oh, what a first quarter. You love their willingness to make the extra pass.
Yeah, it's the kind of offense every coach loves to see. Selfless and smart.
Here's Jones. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Grant, there's a huge difference between talent on paper versus winning.
You're right, B.A., and it comes down to coaching, chemistry, and sacrifice. But I think the biggest thing is effort. All things being equal, the team that plays the hardest is going to win. Way to rise to the occasion and snatch back the momentum.
Yeah, plenty of lead changes in this game. It's gone back and forth.
Now here's Beal. An easy 2 on the layup. Beal's got 6.
His position might be shooting guard, but Beal has no problems taking it inside.
Murray is doubled. And about a minute gone in the second quarter. Down low. Jokic. Oh, what a slam from the big man, Jokic.
So dangerous in the pick and roll. Murray moving that ball, creating for others. You don't want to stop the clock right there. I'm not quite sure what he was thinking.
So both teams changing it up here.
Substitution on the court.
Jones feels it out. For 3, O'Neal. And it's Jordan with the rebound. Denver in the lead. Westbrook with it. O'Neal covers. Here's Porter. And it's Phoenix with the rebound. And the timeout called by Mike Budenholzer. We might see him looking to make some tweaks to the strategy here. Coach, after 3 back surgeries in 5 years, it is truly amazing that Michael Porter Jr. is still playing at all.
Yeah, it really is, Brian. And for him to get back to playing at the highest level, he has really stuck with it. And you've got to admire his mental and physical toughness.
And here are the Nuggets now. Westbrook outside. Fires the 3. Outside Watson. Second chance effort. Can't get it to go, making him 0 for 2. And it's Phoenix's ball. Here's Durant. Durant earning those 2 points.
Just the endless length of Durant. Helping him right there inside.
And it's out of bounds. Still Denver's ball.
I love it. Nice activity defensively. Getting in there to disrupt the pass.
Westbrook right side. Crafty move. In deep. Jordan drops it in.
I'll tell you, excellent vision from Westbrook. He's no stranger to pick and roll execution.
Here's Bol. And finished off by Bol.
Oh, what ferocity on the throwdown. I just love when he goes up with purpose.
Where was the D right there? The effort lacking big time.
And with the score as close as it is, these are the opportunities you truly can't allow.
And that's a tough, tough finish. Sometimes it feels like Westbrook prefers to take these contested shots.
And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
Bradley Beal is settling in as one of multiple stars in Phoenix. He said it's been an adjustment for sure. You go from being very ball dominant to now you share the dominance, and it's a sacrifice and also an adjustment of learning a totally different role. Brian, he says it's a process, but one he embraces.
Good point. Thanks, Allie. Here's Westbrook. Following the score by Phoenix. Jordan with the bucket.
Yeah, few guys drop dimes like Westbrook. He has an innate talent for setting up shooters.
Pass to Plumlee. First shot won't go. And so Porter will bring it up for Denver. Here's Chanchar. Knocks down the triple. Now it's a three-point Nugget lead.
Well, it's a three-point shooting league. Guys like him are so important for spacing.
Right side Bull. Laid it in with a nice touch off the window. Bull's got 6.
Woo, just selling the defense on the pump fake.
Here's Westbrook. Pass to Watson. No good from outside. It's a close game here in Denver. Right side Bull. And Russell Westbrook gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul.
His first personal foul. Second team foul.
Here's Beal going inside. And then Beal with the dunk.
Woo, decisive drive and finish right there. Beal sees everything out there so quickly. I love it.
Oh, man, this has been an absolute battle in the first half.
Each team trying to establish itself. The lead just keeps going back and forth.
On the wing, Durant. Oh, can't answer back with his own dunk. And the first half comes to an end. We've got a close game going here. It's Denver leading by 1. And we'll see you back here after the break. Third quarter action in just a bit. And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during halftime. And so it's Phoenix with it. They trail by 1. Here's Booker. Here he goes. Bol. And finished off by Bol.
Unselfish basketball. That's what coaches love to see.
Well, Grant, if you talk about consistent top-level scores, Devin Booker is near the top of that list.
Yeah, and going back to the 17-18 season, Devin has averaged at least 25 points every year. can create his own shot and finish. It's hard finding guys who can do both.
Pass to O'Neal. Right side Booker. Here's Bowl. Jokic grabs the board. And here's Denver. It's a one-point game. Outside Porter. Now here's Jokic. Out to Gordon. Pass to Jokic. And the dunk by Jokic.
And dunking it with authority inside. This is why Jokic guys look to feed him down there.
Here's Durant. No, stopping him there. Jams it in, and he's fouled. An opportunity in a three-point play. It's on Nikola Jokic. He's getting his first free throw attempt of the game here. And we all know about Stan the analyst and Stan the coach. But when you played in college, what was your game like, Stan?
Hey, Brian, I had the game that would get you beat as a coach. I will say my greatest strength was this. I was never once accused of overpassing.
The black hole. That is Stan Van Gundy. Ooh, against inside resistance. Booker still good.
There's nothing you can do if you're the defense. Booker is so solid at muscling shots in through contact.
Porter gets the bucket. These teams just keep trading the lead.
Yeah, you wonder what it's going to take for someone to pull away.
Booker with it. And Jokic picks him up defensively. Bull down low. Give him 8 points now. 5 on the clock. Here's Booker. And out of bounds. Denver will have it. Phoenix making a switch here. A little under 2.5 minutes gone by in the third quarter. Here's Murray. And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up. It's going to be on Nick Richards.
Yeah, I love how Murray varies his pace and keeps defenders guessing.
Coach, another guy that symbolizes the rise of Canadian basketball, Jamal Murray. What an impact he's making.
Yeah, Brian, and I'd say even more than just making an impact. This Canadian guard can actually carry an offense on his own at times.
Denver leading by 3. On the take. Pass to Jokic. The Nuggets with another miss.
And he probably thought he was going to bury that one.
It's Booker on the wing. Jokic grabs the board. And here are the Nuggets. Their defense has only allowed 6 points in the second half. Porter gets the bucket.
Smart play there by Porter. Working his way inside to find a reliable, close-range look.
And it's the Suns with the ball. Following the score by Denver. And then Beal with the dunk.
Hey, when in doubt, run the defender off the screen.
And you know, with a result like that, we'll see them run it again.
Yeah, defensive breakdown there. Gotta communicate and switch that screen.
Pass to Jokic. Shakes him. Look at Jokic going to work inside.
It's almost too easy for Jokic inside. His size and soft touch make short work of the shot.
Suns trail by 5. Here's Booker. Done outside. The 3. Nikola Jokic grabs the miss.
Defensively, you pick your poison. That time, they gambled off the right guy.
Murray, no good. And so Durant will bring it up for the Phoenix Suns. Here's Booker. Porter pulls it in.
It seemed like he changed his mind during the layup, tried to pull off another shot, and choked.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. And the officials will call the illegal screen here.
The screener was leaning a bit right there. His feet may not have been planted. Pretty obvious call by the officials.
Look, you can get away with a lot in terms of screens today. You can't make it that obvious.
Denver foul. Braun. That's his first.
Puts it up off the inbound.
Second team.
It's good. And he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A 3-point play opportunity.
Defensive foul.
Phoenix shooting their 4th shot at the foul line here. That's good from Jones. Denver in the lead. Stolen by Jones. For the tie. With the drive. Misses the layup. The ball's knocked loose. Here's Watson. That's good. And so Westbrook with the assist. Watson's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. And as we in the 3rd quarter, a great game.
46. The Suns, 41.
Man, I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the 4th quarter. Westbrook taking his time here. And it's Phoenix with a rebound. Here's Booker. Oh, look at Book with the focus.
They have a never-give-up attitude.
Yeah, and as a coach, you love having a team like this. They've got 0 quitting.
Strawther, no good. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Jordan.
He was all over that pass. That's a cautionary tale.
Yeah, and you know they're tracking the tips and deflections because that tells you who's affecting the game.
Now here's Booker. And it's Jordan with the rebound. Here's Strawther. And there's the call on Devin Booker. That's foul number 2 for him.
That's his 2nd personal foul. First team foul. Substitution on the court.
Here's Brown. Pass to Gordon. Fires the 3. That shot is off.
Well, you can tell he thinks he should have had that one. Even harder on him when he's got a good look like that and it doesn't go down.
Suns trail by 3. Here's Allen. And he'll draw the foul. He'll head to the line for 2. And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The scoring breakdown for Denver.
Well, their passing has been just exceptional, and it's opened up the floor for them on numerous occasions.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Thanks, guys. I was able to hear what the Nuggets head coach was saying to his team. He told them, no time to celebrate. The work is not finished. We got to stick with it and keep growing what we've got here. Words of wisdom for his squad. Back to you.
As always, Allie, we thank you. That free throw misses. And he sinks the second.
And they need to play good defense here. That trip to the line helped and hurt.
Pass to Porter. From downtown. Plumlee pulls down the board. The Suns trailing. To the middle. Outside O'Neal. Now here's Booker. In deep. Booker gets it to go.
Yeah, you expect tremendous effort from a scorer like Booker, but it's still impressive to see him delivering.
Here's Jokic. Ooh, good D by Plumlee. Pass to Booker. Last quarter of play, about 2 minutes in now.
Yeah, just an offensive machine. Booker generates points consistently, night in and night out.
Second team foul.
And that one falls. That puts him up 1 point in the game now.
At the line for 2.
Both free throws good from Booker.
Yeah, great effort tonight, and he's been rewarded with trips to the line.
And the intensity Murray plays with is impressive. Excellent work forcing the issue and drawing the contact.
Second team foul.
And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Suns.
Well, you've got to like that they're not settling. They're attacking the defense on the drive and creating great looks.
And so it's Phoenix with it. They've only given up 1 point in the fourth. Inside. Pass to Beal. Back to Durant. To the left wing. 6 to shoot. KD splashes the triple.
Well, this is what he does. A proven scorer in the clutch.
And here's Porter. Trying to come right back with a 3 of his own, but it's no good. Here's Beal. And then Beal with the dunk.
I just love the strong finish there inside.
Man, he's got that dunker's mindset, doesn't he? Always ready to pounce. Brown. And again, it's Denver missing.
Well, I've been here before. You're looking to get back in the game, but desperation threes are not the way to do it.
Now here's Durant. Back to Richards. Left side, Durant. Richards inside. Here's Booker. Good! Now 7 for 11 on the night.
Slick feed by Beal, taking advantage of the hole in the defense to set up a wide open man.
Murray scanning the floor to stop the run. Kevin Durant with a rebound. The Suns lead by 8. It's Booker on the wing. To the wing on the left. From the arc. Gordon pulls it in. The Nuggets running out of time. To the inside. And he goes big with the dunk. Right over Kevin Durant.
Whoa, Aaron Gordon looking like he's in a slam dunk contest right there.
And Mike Budenholzer decides to call a timeout. And a great call on his part. This is the time you want to be in sync right here. .52 seconds left to play in the fourth quarter. Here's Booker. Pass to Durant. Over Gordon. Phoenix no good that time either. They can't afford to waste this shot.
Moments like this are what it's all about.
And here's Porter outside. It falls! What a beautiful shot. Brings him within 3.
Wow, look at Porter Jr. with the ice water veins, stepping up for his team in a clutch situation.
Now here's Booker. And it's in.
Gotta love how they've just maintained their intensity, even when they're this far up.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, just protect the ball, make smart decisions, don't give them a chance to get back in the game.
Timeout called, the Nuggets. They're trailing by 5. Any speculation on what we're going to see coming out of this timeout?
Searching for a fast bucket, then a way to stretch things out.
Yeah, and then they have to foul quickly and hope for some misses at the line.
So it's Denver now. Back to Murray. Pass to Porter. The 3 is up. Money from deep.
Just incredible. I mean, he's really making it rain out there, knocking them down one after another.
Well, what I love about his three-point shooting is the spacing that he's adding. It makes things a lot easier for everyone else.
Up and overdone. No good. So it's the Suns taking the W in a close one. Just a gutsy performance on the road.
It really was. When this one was up in the air late, they showed how tough-minded they are as a team.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Stan Van Gundy. With Hall of Famers Grant Hill and Doris Burke, this is Brian Anderson. Joining us from the sidelines, Allie LaForce. It'll be the Cavaliers off the tip. Pass to Mobley. Yes, and a nice assist from Garland. Well, Doris, we got a clash at the 5 spot here tonight. Can't wait to see these centers go at it.
BA, there was once a point in history where we were talking about, is the 5-man phased out of the game? And all of a sudden now you have several MVPs who occupy the position. It is unequivocally going to be a special matchup tonight.
Offensive rebound.
It's all about the defense right there. Without that level of activity, he probably scores it.
Porzingis is doubled. And it's going to be out of bounds. Boston will have another go. Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
I was able to talk with Kenny Atkinson for a minute. We talked about some of the challenges that they'll face tonight, not the least of which is defending Jason Tatum. He said the guy plays with so much confidence. He's a great scorer from all 3 levels. He can go for 40, 50, 60 in a night. We just have to try and make someone else beat us.
And Allie, thank you for that. And Mobley throws it down.
Oh, my goodness, the size and athleticism of Evan Mobley. What a sight to behold.
And Doris, Cleveland looking to balance their roster, trying to make sure the pieces fit.
And that's been the concern, right, BA? Because there's been some positional overlap, particularly in the front court. And this is where roster construction truly matters in the league.
Now here's Garland. To the middle. The 3. And he buries his first look.
So aggressive at the arc. Darius Garland never shy about letting it fly.
Here's Tatum. Mobley with the block. Outside Garland. The 3 is up. It's another 3 for Cleveland.
And they're building on their lead, doing whatever they can to blow this game open.
One of the things they're doing is identifying favorable matchups and then going at them.